back to a new video. This one is all about my microblading appointment, so everything from the preparation and the procedure, the aftercare, basically all the information you need to know about when you want to go in and get your eyebrows microbladed. Don't forget to subscribe. And I kind of wanted to wait till they're completely healed and completely done scabbing. So you might be able to see that they're quite a little bit patchy after the scabbing has kind of fallen off and some of the pigment kind of has come out. However, I have a touch-up appointment very soon, so that will just fill in all the gaps that now have occurred. I want to start by just kind of explaining why I went to get my eyebrows microbladed, and the simple reason is because my eyebrows were much lighter than my hair color. I'm going to insert pictures as well so you can kind of get the gist of the reason behind the whole appointment. And I really just want my eyebrows to stand out, and I want them to be there to frame my face. Because if you have really light eyebrows, it kind of just gives you like a washed out look if you don't fill them in. And lately I have just been filling them in a lot, and it's been a hassle to get up in the morning and having to fill in your eyebrows because you can't just walk out the house because you look like you don't have eyebrows. And I also got a couple of feedbacks here and there that just like my eyebrows are like much too dark when I fill them in and that they don't look natural, and that is definitely not what I wanted to achieve. I want them to look natural all the time because in general I feel like more natural looking makeup or like eyebrows, hair, whether or not you have fake nails or fake lashes, looking natural is most often the better kind of way to go, in my opinion, just because I feel more comfortable with it. And yeah, so basically I wanted eyebrows, so I did my research. I checked out a couple of different places, and the reasons why I picked that certain studio is because of pricing and because she's a family friend as well. She really is just starting out. She needs a couple of clients and really get going, and I really wanted to support that instead of a company that is already well established. And she's been absolutely lovely. I will give you all of her information at the end of the video, so if you're interested you can go check her out. When it comes to preparation, I would definitely suggest you grow out your eyebrows completely so that your artist can actually see like the full potential of like brow hair that you have and like really see the actual natural shape of your brows. The whole procedure takes about an hour and a half, and we started out with choosing a color. So basically she would just make kind of samples on my forehead to kind of see in comparison to my hair what will go most naturally and what will also look best with my skin tone. So that is also a good preparation, is to not fake tan a lot or tan in general, so that your skin color is the most natural at the point of your appointment, because then your brows will look just much more coherent with what is your hair color, what is your skin color, instead of like your fake tan and then your brows are much darker than what you would have picked, if that makes sense. And after you choose the color, she does an outline. So she uses a bunch of different pens and colors and uses a bunch of really cool tools to measure exactly, like where is your arch, where does your brow begin, and make them completely even, because a lot of people have really uneven eyebrows. One will not be the same as the other. That was also one of my problems. So one of my brows was a little bit more straight, the other one had a really nice arch, and we wanted to make them completely even so that it's a very like symmetric look. And then she will apply a numbing cream to the entirety of your brow. It will help a little bit, however that numbing cream actually needs broken skin to fully work and so that you can't feel anything, and that might be the point where people get a little bit freaked out, which is totally fine. And because I was freaked out, I messaged her just before the appointment and asked her if it was anything compared to getting tattooed, because I have a lot of tattoos and I'm kind of used to that pain. Even though I'm totally afraid of needles, tattooing doesn't seem to be a problem any longer. And she just told me that it's much different than tattooing because it's a blade, it's actually not like a spot. And if I compare it to tattooing is much more like an all over kind of stinging sensation, and the blade you can actually feel the cuts being made in your eyebrows. And my artist will actually leave time for you to have a look at what she's outlined. If you're happy with the shape, she will then adjust it to if you're like, oh, I really want this arch to be a little bit higher, or this point doesn't look the same as on that side, so she can make all the adjustments before she gets going. Let's get into the actual procedure. So your eyebrows have numbing cream on them. She takes that off so they're slightly numbed, and then she will do the first couple of cuts, and you will definitely feel like your skin being cut, and it is painful. And because you have all these nerves kind of accumulating around that area, you might feel like you need to sneeze or your eyes start tearing. And however, she just encourages you to let her know that you have to sneeze, and she will step away from the table and you can safely sneeze, and then she can continue. However, as soon as those first couple of cuts are done, she will apply more numbing cream, and that time it will actually completely numb your brows. You will not feel a thing afterwards. I must say that the pain was more severe in the inside of my brow compared to the outside. And also because I have a scar in one of my brows, that part was also a little bit more painful, although I'm not sure if scar tissue is supposed to have more nerve endings than just like your regular skin.
What happened? How did you get that scar?
I was like 10. We were on vacation, and our little like bungalow had like a balcony, but it was like lowered into the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So we would hang our like swimsuits like on a line from like both poles.
Right.
And my parents are like, don't jump over that rope when you come back from the pool.
And you
did that, got caught with my foot and just landed face first. And it was like completely gashed open, like my bone was sticking out. I was bleeding like a crazy person. My mom was just like, I could just remember, she's just like screaming.
You will get used to the pain. However, what I couldn't get used to was the sound, because the sound of your skin being cut is a really weird kind of like scratchy kind of, it's just, I've never heard anything like it before. So that is the only thing that kind of freaks you out in your mind, because that keeps reminding you that somebody's like actually cutting your skin. Onto aftercare, it will take about 14 days for your brows to completely heal, and also for the scabbing to kind of come off. And I'm on day 16, I believe, and I have no more scabbing. It's all come off. It's all just one smooth surface, and there is no longer any like stinging or itching sensation. So my artist suggested to get baby wipes that are scent free. They have no alcohol or any other kind of chemicals in it, to just basically keep the area clean. And I've been using that as well to clean the entirety of my face, because you can't get it wet. It's basically the same as a tattoo. You don't want to get the scabbing and everything wet, because the pigment will either leak or just come off much more than it's supposed to. And that really helped. Either I would use just like a warm face cloth to clean my face, or in the shower kind of like tilt your head up and kind of wash like that, and then using baby wipes as well. Now it's essential to not scratch and not pick up any scabbing. And for some that might be really tough. However, the trick that I used was basically just with, like one finger with one fingernail, when it was getting itchy, kind of just like pushing on the spots where it was itchy, or you can just use a baby wipe as well and just kind of like press on it and hold it until the itching kind of subsides. And if it's really, really intensely itchy, you can also use just a clean jar of coconut oil and put a little bit of coconut oil on there to keep it moisturized. Obviously, you're not supposed to use any makeup on top of it, because then that would need you to like scrub it off afterwards. So I've quite been enjoying wearing less makeup in the whole healing process. So I've probably like out of the 2 weeks been without makeup for like a good week. And just the rest of my skin has been really thankful for that. And I just had more, more of an effort to use face masks and really take care of my skin. And obviously the scabbing is completely normal, because it is like an open wound and your skin wants to heal. You just can't pick it off. And I also noticed that on this side, I think more pigment came off because I sleep on that side when I wake up in the morning. So my artist also suggested to use a satin pillowcase instead of using a cloth pillowcase. Or you can wrap, if you have like a nightie that is also satin, you can just wrap it around your pillowcase as well. However, I still feel like just like sleeping on that side has just kind of gotten loose, more pigment than on the other eyebrow. So I'm getting my touch up right after our trip, and the reason why I did my appointment at the time that I did is because I wanted everything to be completely healed by the time we're going on our vacation, because you're not supposed to expose your eyebrows to sunlight and really just mess up the pigment and have fading and all of that. So I wanted them completely re-healed so I can apply SPF and like go swimming and do all these things. And then when I come back from my vacation, she is giving me another week to kind of come back to normal, because my skin is going to be, like tanned. It might come off because of like dead skin cells and all that kind of jazz. So we're just waiting a week after our trip to then touch up the eyebrows again. Overall, the experience was really great. I really loved how cozy her little office was. I will insert some clips here and there as well, so you can kind of get the gist of what is going on. and she's just such a lovely, like, open, chatty person, and that very much relates to me. So I had a really good time, and it was kind of distracting me from the pain in the beginning. And yes, there is pain. However, if you really do want eyebrows and you want to save money as well, because that's another point. I'm never going to buy eyebrow products ever again, and that's going to save me a lot of money in the long term if you think about the pricing of getting your eyebrows actually microbladed. Microblading lasts about 2 years, then you will need a touch-up. However, it's kind of the same as with your tattoos. Obviously, the color is going to fade, so you need to go and get it touched up. But even though it was maybe a little bit painful in the beginning and kind of different and weird hearing, you know, your skin being cut, I really think it's an exciting kind of procedure. Like, it wasn't as bad because I was so excited for the outcome, and I will insert a picture as well from my brows right after I got it done, and you can actually see every single individual stroke. And here's kind of the comparison of my brows from the very beginning, not having any pigment, to right after the procedure. You can really see the individual hair strokes, and then 2 pictures of when it started to scab and when it was at its like worst with scabbing. And I know for some people that might look a little bit gross, like it kind of looks like you have dandruff in your eyebrows, but it's just worth it in the end. Now on to everything you need to know about the studio and about my artist. So her name is Michaela Wolfe, and her studio is in Maple Ridge, and her address is 22366 Dewdney Trunk Road. I will insert all of the information in the info box below as well. And she is certified from the Lash Brow Tan Academy, and she just started her business, I believe, last year. And if you would like to check out some of her other work, go on to her Instagram. I will leave her Instagram name right here. Along with the address, I will leave her phone number, and you can book an appointment. If you say that I sent you, your appointment will be $199 instead of $399. So you're saving $200, which is amazing. So thank you so much for offering all of my viewers and all of my followers this amazing deal, Michaela. I'm so excited for you to have more of my lovely friends and viewers to come to your studio. And I'm definitely looking forward to going on my trip, having eyebrows, having not to do anything, and just look flawless, getting up in the morning. And I'm also excited for my touch-up, to really see the whole end product of being completely done and everything being absolutely perfectionist, because I'm pretty sure you will do exactly that. I hope you find this video helpful, and thanks so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!